Hi, I'm Iglena from thepoledancer.com, and this is a pole conditioning video for strong and clean inverts. I'm going to explain the technique for each exercise really quick, but I recommend also watching my video Strong and Clean Inverts for deeper understanding of the inverting technique. I'll demonstrate easier and harder progressions. Use your judgment to pick what suits your level best. You can also leave out some exercises if the full workout is too challenging for you. But if the exercises feel much harder than the actual invert, know that that's completely normal. It's because we're focusing on doing the exercises slowly and controlled, and we repeat them several times. That's just part of conditioning, doing the hard work now so that it feels easier later. Before we start, I recommend warming up. For this, you can use my other video, Conditioning for Inverts off the pole. I'll link it somewhere here or in the description below. Let's start with the first exercise. First watch, I'll explain quickly and then we'll do it together. We start in a sitting position from the floor, holding the pole in a strong hold grip, in your biceps, shoulders back and down, outside hand on top, but we're gonna grab a little bit higher because we're gonna pull ourselves up. Feet are open. From here, engage the back muscles and then pull yourself up. From here, we keep the elbows where they are and we're just going to lean back a little bit into tabletop position and back up and down. While you're leaning back, your upper body is completely straight and stiff. Nothing is moving. You're not opening the arms and sinking. You keep your elbows in the same position, bent arms, and we just go back with the upper body. We're gonna repeat this 3 to 5 times, and at the end, last time, we're gonna stay in a tabletop position, and we're just gonna do very small pull-ups, bending the arms a bit more for like 4 more times, and then that'll be it. All right, let's start. Come to the floor. Hold the pole in your arm, outside hand on top, grab a little bit higher above your head, shoulders back and down, engage your back. Inhale, on exhale, we pull ourselves up, hold, and we slowly lean back. Nothing is moving, and back up and down. You can re-grab every time. If your hands are sliding, just don't overwrap your hands. Exhale, and back, and up, and down. Last time. And stay in a tabletop position and small pulses. Just bending the arms a little bit more, but nothing is moving. You can also drop your head back. 2, 1, chest up, and hips down. Change to the other side. Outside hand on top, shoulders back and down, elbows to the front. Inhale, exhale, pull up. Lean back, and back up, down. 3 more times. Make sure you keep your shoulders down and away from your ears. Last time. Stay in a tabletop position and bend the arms a bit more. Very small pull-ups. 3, 2, 1, and chest up and hips down. The second exercise is standing pull-ups. Same starting position, but standing and with hips in front of the pole. You can make this easier by having your feet out, heels on the floor, and then just pulling yourself up a little bit until you're high on your toes. This is more about feeling and engaging the right back muscles. You don't necessarily have to lift yourself up, but if you're a little bit more advanced, you can start with your feet closer to the pole, grab a little bit higher, draw the shoulders back and down, elbows to the front, and lift higher. Try 3 to 5 times on each side. Let's go. Standing position, hips in front of the pole, feet further out or closer to the pole. Grab a little bit higher above your head and pull up. Again, we exhale during the pull-up. Make sure your shoulders are down. And change to the other side. Hips in front, outside hand on top. Inhale, exhale, lift. If you're lifting high, make sure that you're slowly going down. Last time. Good, and shake it out. The third exercise is leg tucks. We start with a small pull-up to engage the upper back. Then we lift the legs closed, knees to your elbows. From here, we're going to tilt to the side towards the pole so that your chest is almost on the pole. Back up, parallel, and slowly legs down. To make it easy, instead of lifting both legs at the same time, lift only one leg, pull down on the pole, and slowly change the legs. You can leave out the side tilts. To make it harder, just do a bigger pull-up aerially, lift the legs, tilt, middle, down. We're going to repeat this 3 to 5 times on each side. Let's go. Hips in front of the pole, outside hand on top. Pull up to engage the upper back, shoulders down. Lift knees up to your elbows. Tilt, middle, down. Again, exhale while you're lifting the legs. Let's do only 4 of these. But feel free to add a few more if you feel like it. Change to the other side. Shoulders down. Don't forget the pull-up at the beginning. Small pull-up, lift, tilt, back. Last time. Next we have the froggy tucks and pulses, which means when we lift the legs up, our legs are bent, knees are open, and the feet are together. You can also think of a diamond shape. From here, we're going to tuck the pelvis in and do small pulses with the hips to the ceiling. 3 to 5 pulses, and then we slowly go down, and we're going to repeat this twice on each side. Also here, don't forget to do a pull-up to engage the upper body before you lift the legs. To make it easier, you can do this from a sitting position on the floor. To make it harder, just grab a bit higher to lift yourself off the floor. Let's go. Hips in front of the pole, outside hand on top. We do small pull-up to engage the upper back. And we lift the knees, legs open, and small pelvis tucks. 2, 1. close legs down. So these tucks are coming from your pelvic floor, tilting posteriorly. One more time on the same side. Inhale, pull down. Change sides. And one more time. Next we have the same froggy tuck with the pelvic tuck, and from here we're gonna tip back 3 times. And then close the legs, step out. We're gonna repeat this 1 or 2 times on each side, and what's really important here in this tip back is that nothing is moving, you completely stiff your upper body, your elbows stay close to your ribs on the side of your body, your chest goes back, you're slightly opening the arms, but they're not straightening. This is really important, otherwise you will lose your complete back engagement. To make it easier, you can do this in a sitting position and just lifting your bum slightly bit off the floor. And if this is not easier, then you could also keep your feet on the floor like in the first exercise that we did. So starting position, hips in front of the pole, hands in front of your face, roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, exhale, lift the legs, knees open, tuck the pelvis in, we tip back and up, back, up, and come out. You can repeat it 1 more time or just have a break. And change sides. Next we will do a full invert into Spiderman. Spiderman position means your toes are on the pole, your hips are high, you drop your head back, you pull down, your back is straight and your chest is out. From here, you're going to lower one knee to your shoulder, straighten, change, straighten the other leg, and if that feels good, pull down on the pole, knees low and straight. And here you can also do some pulses with your hips up. And to come out, first upper back, up, and then the lower body goes down. We'll do this once on each side. For the invert, you could do a slow and controlled froggy invert to Spiderman. Or if your inverts are not so strong yet, you could also swing a little bit with the outside leg, kick, and once you get your foot on the pole, slide down your hands until your hips are on the pole. And try to hold this position. Let's do it together. First side, outside hand on top. Drop your shoulders down. You can also do it against the mirror and drop your head back. Inhale, exhale. Toes on the pole, drop your head back, push the hips to your hands. Straighten one leg. change, straighten the other leg, pull down on the pole, straighten both legs, chest out, back is straight. If you want, you can add also some hip pulses. And to come out, you can go out like this, or you can hook your leg and pull yourself up. Other side. Great job. Here's the last exercise. We're going to do leg flares. Leg flares means that we are circling away from the pole with our outside leg first, instead of towards the pole like regular fan kicks. We're gonna do it also with a step, step, and from here, when your outside leg is kind of like 45 degrees in front of your body, you're going to do a pull-up and hold this pull-up as long as possible until your feet are again on the floor. Step, circle with your leg, pull up, step. Step inside, circle with the outside leg. We'll do this 3 times, step and a leg flare. At the end, if you want, optionally, you could go into complete invert, to crucifix, or to outside leg hook. So let's try together only the leg flare movement. Stand on the side of the pole in your regular strong hold position. Shift the weight on your inside leg. Bring the outside leg and hips facing the pole, and you're really tilting and sticking your bum out. From here, as we circle up with the outside leg, we're gonna pull up and continue also with the second leg. So at some point, you want to have this straddle with legs open. Once you figured out this movement on static, then you can take a step with the inside leg. Start turning your hips towards the pole. When your leg is in front, pull up, circle away from the pole. Step, pull up, circle away from the pole. And then if you want at the end, you could go to crucifix. Maybe handstand butterfly. And come out. And the other side. First, the static movement. Hips facing the pole. You're tilting, bum out. Inhale, exhale. Circle away from the pole. And with a step, step pivot on your inside leg. Diagonally circle with the outside leg. Lastly, here's a quick bonus exercise for your leg flares that I personally like incorporating into my training. It's on spinning, and it's basically the same step and leg flares, but on the spin pole. It's a little bit harder, and it's really crucial to do the timing of the pull-up when your leg is in front. You also need to push your hips a little bit more in front of the pole, and then you pull up. Step, pivot on your inside leg, pull up when the outside leg is in front of your body. And to make it really badass and more challenging, you can do the whole thing aerially. So you grab a little bit higher, you pull up, leg flare 1, 2, 3, and change to the other side. I hope you enjoyed this workout. If you'd like to keep improving your inverts, check out my recorded lessons. Just send me a message on thepoledancer.com/contact and I'll guide you on the best next steps for your progress. I recommend also working with my pole curriculum, which is a complete list of all pole moves divided by levels. To get free access to it, go to thepoledancer.com/curriculum. You'll find videos with variations, progressions, combos, and even a tutorial for each move. You can check if there are any gaps in your pole progress, and you can get ideas for your next training or your next pole routine. You can always come back to it to check if you're on the right track. Get it on thepoledancer.com/curriculum.